ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your watching and welcome to the English news of Bình Phước radio television station and newspaper. Otherwise, now following are the headlines as usual. Bình Phước clearly defined the importance of land resources. Bình Phước speed up capital disbursement. Party chief holds phone talk with Japanese leader. Prime Minister holds talk with Singaporean counterpart. Many Japanese firms plan expansion in Vietnam. And now our details. Secretary of the Bình Phước Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn has held a meeting with the local Department of Natural Resources and Environment to review the implementation of party and people committee guidelines, programs, and tasks in 2022 and discuss mission in 2023.
The provincial party leader said land and environmental resources are important assets of the province. In order for these to be effectively utilized and developed under regulations, the natural resources and environment sector needs to play a major role in providing consultancy and offering proposals on the issues. The department must fully comply with the law when providing consultancy, appraising and researching carefully, and taking legal regulations as a basis, and must always uphold its responsibilities in the implementation process. Regarding the conversion of land use purpose, the sector needs to thoroughly review, uphold its responsibility as advisory agency, and ensure that orders on land conversion are conducted in a transparent manner. In the operation of land registration offices, the department needs to address existing issues and at the same time improve capacity and apply technology to improve performance.
Bình Phước Province has held an online meeting to assess the disbursement of funds for socio-economic development in ethnic minorities and mountainous areas under the National Target Program.
The total capital allocated to 10 projects under the program reached more than 216.6 billion Vietnam dong in 2022, of which nearly 21 billion Vietnam dong came from the local budget. Disbursement as of February 6 had reached 17%. The tardy disbursement is due to slow mobilization and allocation of capital, as well as a lack of consistent and uniform guiding documents. Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Trần said that in 2022, the speed of disbursement under the National Target Program for Socio-Economic Development in ethnic minority and mountainous areas of Bình Phước Province was slow, so barriers must be removed this year in order to quicken the pace.
The Raiffeisen Cooperative Federation from Germany has held a working session with the Union of Cooperatives of Bình Phước Province.
The DGRV is the national apex organization and top-level auditing confederation of the cooperative sector in Germany. It has been engaged in international development cooperation during its more than 40 years in existence. It is active in the field of socio-economic development through promoting the sustainable development of cooperatives in 30 countries around the world, including Vietnam. Working with the Provincial Union of Cooperatives, it hopes to gain an insight into the development of the province cooperative sector, thereby expanding support to the field in Bình Phước Province, contributing to sustainable socio-economic development, especially in the agricultural sector. The Union of Cooperatives in Bình Phước Province said that of the 226 cooperatives operating in the locality, 196 are in agriculture and forestry. Of these, 84 agricultural cooperatives take part in production within value chains, and 9 produce key agricultural products. The DGRV will join the Union of Cooperatives of Bình Phước Province to visit a number of local cooperatives and look to site development cooperation projects in the near future.
Now it's time for the top stories around the country. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng held phone talks with the President of the Liberal Democratic Party and Prime Minister of Japan, Kishida Fumio, on February 9th.
Expressing his delight about the development of Vietnam-Japan relations, the General Secretary emphasized that Japan is one of the most important partners of Vietnam. He highly appreciated Japan's contributions to Vietnam's socio-economic development. General Secretary Trọng outlined directions to strengthen the relationship between the two countries in the coming time, including strengthening political relations and enhancing ties at all levels and channels. He also suggested that Japan continue to accompany and support Vietnam in industrialization and modernization and further strengthen the connection between the two economies. The Vietnamese leader affirmed that Vietnam is ready to coordinate with Japan in regional and world issues. On this occasion, the General Secretary cordially invited the Emperor and Empress, members of the government, and the Japanese imperial family to visit Vietnam. Agreeing with the Vietnamese leader's assessment on the development of the bilateral ties, Prime Minister Kishida emphasized that Japan will continue to expand cooperation with Vietnam in various fields. In the current complicated situation in the region and the world, the two countries should strengthen coordination and support efforts to consolidate peace, cooperation, and development in the region and the world, the Japanese leader said. The Japanese government leader also spoke highly of the contribution of the Vietnamese community to Japan.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính now on an official visit to Singapore, held talk with his host counterpart Lee Hsien Loong following an official welcome ceremony chaired by the leader on February 9th.
Speaking at the talks, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong affirmed that the visit will create a strong impetus for the fine strategic partnership between the two countries. It is also an important opening event for the activities to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the bilateral diplomatic relations and the 10th anniversary of the partnership this year, he noted. Congratulating Vietnam on its effective socio-economic recovery and development post-COVID-19, Prime Minister Lee stressed Singapore always treasures and hopes to further strengthen its strategic partnership with Vietnam. The two prime ministers spoke highly of the positive developments of the bilateral relations in both bilateral and multilateral aspects. They agreed to intensify political trust, promote economic cooperation, and step up cooperation in defense, security, trade, tourism, labor, and people-to-people exchanges. Cooperation in new and potential fields such as digital, green and circular economies, and clean energy was also mentioned in the talks. Regarding regional and international issues, the two leaders agreed to strengthen cooperation, maintain solidarity and unity, and promote ASEAN centrality, especially in strategic issues such as peace and stability in the EC and the region. After the talks, the two prime ministers witnessed the signing and handover of cooperation documents, including an MOU on establishment of Vietnam-Singapore partnership on digital economy and green economy, among others. Earlier on the same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính offered flowers to tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at his statue in the Asian Civilizations Museum, which is located on the bank of the Singapore River. On the same day morning, the Vietnamese leader and his wife visited the Singapore Botanic Gardens, which serves research and preservation of more than 30,000 species of plants. Prime Minister Chính attended a ceremony to name a new orchid species, Phạm Lê Chân Chính. The hybrid orchid symbolizes a strong vitality.
60% of Japanese investors in Asia-Pacific polled in a 2022 survey by the Japan External Trade Organization. They plan to expand operation in Vietnam within the next 2 years.
The rate is the highest in ASEAN and third in Asia-Pacific, only after India and Bangladesh. Another survey of JETRO also revealed Vietnam ranks only after US as a favorite destination for investment for Japanese companies. JETRO said Japanese businesses' expectation of higher revenue is based on the Vietnamese market's current export expansion and growth potential. Most small and medium-sized enterprises in the group want to expand their activities in the non-manufacturing industry. Also, according to the poll, conducted in August and September last year, the prospect of business profit in Vietnam in 2022 recovered strongly after the COVID-19 pandemic, especially regarding the sectors of production, consumption and direct services.
Now that is all for today on BPTV News. Once again, thank you for your watching and goodbye for now.